I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, and because it's 3 in the morning, and plus, this gonna sound weird, but I'm cooking chicken at the same time, chicken and rice. So, figure I could do this in between. Um, I've talked about Brittany Renner before, and I'm trying. Even then, I'm looking back at my old videos just to make sure I don't repeat myself. But uh, hold on, let me. I want to make sure because last time I talked about the nah, the last time I mentioned Brittany Winter, it was about her and Charleston White, and I think um all I know is if I was going to talk about this, ah, my problem with the oh yeah, this was like a 2-in-1 rant video. My problem with the selfish behavior of women and the Brittany Renner meltdown. So I talked about the meltdown she had on the podcast, whatever she was with the Charleston White shit. So this one, and this kind of boils over. And I want to say, and I want to say this. I'm not doing this out of hate, but I'm also doing this to let brothers know. To you know, it's one thing to let brothers know what to stay away from, but it's also to let women know what they're doing is toxic, especially when you act like this. Now, for one, and a lot of people got it. A lot of women got it for some reason got at men because they feel like they gone easy on Brittany Renner, and then like they go hard against Sexy Red, in which I totally disagree because I feel like people gone at Brittany is like gone at Brittany Renner easily. Now, I know Sexy Red. If anything, they've given Sexy Red a fucking pass because she is quote unquote a product of her environment, and a lot of people feel like because she's a product of her environment, just let people slide. I don't usually let that slide because I feel like me also like I had to grow up out of that, and but I was in environments where like I couldn't act like a nigga from the hood all the fucking time. I had to act like I had some common sense. I had to act like I had to care. I had to hear it like because I'm behind a fucking name, or like when I joined the Navy. Okay, everything I did was behind the Navy. If I did something wrong, if I did something bad, it's like the Navy would punish me. Not just, just like, but the Navy would punish me. So I understand that I represent a brand. So the thing about Sexy Red is, yes, she is a hood bitch and hood gutter bitch. Yes. Like, and I guess that's her brand. So, a lot of people let that slide because that's who she is and that's the product of her environment. That's all she knows. And, people go to say, oh, she's young, she live her life. But, Brittany Renner is another thing. And one of the problems with the Brittany Renner, and it's not body count, because I know a lot of people are going to refer to her as like she just had 35 bodies and all that other stuff. Now, I am going to be speaking from an average man's perspective, not even a high value man perspective. But I did watch a little bit of the show with her and Shannon Sharp. And for one, this is the one problem. I think what she wants to have and what she wants to be, she doesn't do anything to make herself that. Which means like she wants a family. She wants to have a family. She wants to be in a family. She wants a husband and all that other stuff. But she does nothing to show you that she is wifey material. That is the real problem with Brittany Renner. Do I feel like she wants that fairy tale love and then it's like yes. I do feel like she's like a romantic at heart and she wants to have love. But everything she does, and even then like what she was talking about in Shannon Sharp, and this is when I really listened to her and all that other stuff. Everything is like, and this is what happens when like men listen. Everything she does is just like she wants one thing, but everything she does, it doesn't work and into getting her that one thing. As in, even though I said body count doesn't really matter, but that's one of the things, but it's not the real main reason. But the other reason is you're not. She don't listen. She's fucking hard headed, and she reverts to and which now I understand like you don't like people like don't like being talked over, but you can tell like she don't like being talked over because she's probably done heard this rhetoric so many times that it seems like no one's really listening to her. In which I think a lot of people are listening to her, but but I don't think she's not listening to anybody. But from this show and Charleston White, you can tell like she has an attitude problem. She has a bad attitude problem, and I feel like that is what drove PJ Washington away from her. It's like, damn, like she is gorgeous woman, very gorgeous woman. And even me, like sometimes I look at her, I'm like, damn, damn. But when you stop thinking with your dick, and then you look at her, it's just like she's damn near broken. But she done a lot of stuff that is just like, even from and this is from a regular man's perspective, it's just like there's nothing wifey material about you. First things first, and this is the deal to me, this is a big deal breaker. You can't cook. Now, don't get me wrong, I can cook. I had to learn how to cook, and I feel like, and I've always said this: whether you're a man or a woman, you need to learn how to cook. I feel like it's one of the basic necessities in the life, and like the fact that she has a kid is just like, what are you feeding your kids? And she was like, the kitchen is beneath you. I feel like that's to me that's more insulting than It's like, why is the kitchen beneath you? That's where the food is. If your kid is starving, you're not gonna go fix him something because being in the kitchen is beneath you? That's your fucking child. I understand, and I understand her baby daddy is a millionaire and just got on his money and shit. Um, I was supposed to, and I need to look at the MDK Williams thing too. That's gonna be my next friend. But yes, you're like, what if your child is hungry and it's just like the maid's not there? I don't know if she lives a luxurious life. I don't know what type of life she lives, but if the maid's not there, who's gonna be able to fix whatever you need something to eat? You're gonna you're gonna have to be in that kitchen. It's just or somewhere that's beneath you. That shit, you know, I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't really tell my stories a lot. It's like when my parents got divorced, and like my mom, for some reason, she just left the house for a couple of days, and then just leave without telling nobody. And then like she was supposed to originally take care of us, so but she would leave, and she would literally leave for like some days. Don't fucking tell nobody where she's going, and then comes back, sleeps on the couch, and then leaves again. One day, my father came through. He was like, "Where's your mother?" We don't know. So eventually, because my father was the one who was supposed to move out, and then find a place and all that other stuff. So eventually, my father was the one taking care of us, and then she left. My father worked hard, like he worked. I will. To me, this is when I was like 19, 20. And I'm watching my father work hard and then come back and try to take care of us because some of us, when my parents got divorced, majority of the children were still in high school. Like they wasn't even like, and I mean like sophomores. I graduated high school, but sophomore and my little brother was in elementary school. So that's another 2 years. So obviously a lot of our kids is like we're under 18, except for me. So my father ended up taking care, but he worked all day. Like he worked in the afternoon into the night, and that's the schedule he chose to do. But sometimes he'll work. And this time, I think he was working double shifts and all that other stuff. So he would work in the morning, and then like I don't see him until 11 o'clock at night. We'd be starving. I didn't have a job then. No, 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 no. Yeah, I didn't have a job there, but I eventually learned how to cook because it's just like you give me $10, I go get a pack of chicken, and I had to learn. First thing I learned how to do was bake chicken, which is what funny would think, which is what I'm doing right now. Um, you got to learn how to. It's long story short. You have to learn how to like. That's where I learned how to cook. That and then like it started me like cooking other things other than chicken. So I know how to cook a very variety of accessory of things. I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but I know how to like feed a whole family of multiple people, which is what I'm getting at. Another problem is just like we've seen like eventually you're going to see bad traits of your spouse, right? And then you feel like, all right, can I handle that? She can be very sporadic, and like I've seen her drunk, and it's not sexy at all. She do a lot of unsexy things for a very gorgeous woman, but you can tell it comes from a broken and mental state. It's like she throw things, she talks, she yells over people, she doesn't listen. There's a lot of things that you can point to in that interview of Shannon Sharp by himself, and it's just like, and you're like, you want a husband? And the whole thing is just like, and the whole thing is, you want a husband? You want a family? You don't do nothing motherly. Like, no one, I don't think no man is going to look at you and like, no high value man. Like, yes, you might still get someone that wants to sleep with you. That's one thing. And like I said, but which is, and which is talks about the 35 bodies. But as far as, wanting to have a husband, I don't see that happening. I really don't. Like, to a point where I don't think the average man, and this is from my average man's perspective, it's just like, yeah, you pretty, but you cause a lot of problems. And then this is the one most important part too, why I feel like the biggest problem with Brittany Renner, men don't like being embarrassed. Like we'll let the 35, like I said, we'll let the 30, depending on who you are, we'll let the 35 body slide. Like even from an average man's perspective, I don't want to know. I personally never ask for body counts anyway, so I don't need to know how many men you slept with. But I've always did say this: when men we marry women, we take your good, we take your bad, we take your positive, we take your negative. That's why niggas want to know what type of thing, because we got to decipher for ourselves if you know we could fuck with that, and then we can move forward from that. That's how men. To me, that's how men think. But also, are you going to embarrass me? Now, usually, like if we have a good woman, we have a pretty woman, and her name is not in the streets. That's gold for us. That's like gold. It's like, okay, you like maybe she has like fucked a couple niggas, but you don't know that she keeps her business discreet and all that other stuff. Um, Sometimes being an open book is just like everybody knows your shit. Now I understand like you live in your truth, but some things you hide, but not everybody don't need to know everything about you. I've said that before. Everybody don't need to know everything about you. You keep it discreet. I don't need to. Hell, I don't even have to know you slept with 35 niggas. Like I know you're not a virgin, but I don't need to know you slept with 35 niggas. But everything you've done, to like the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, it's just like I can see niggas just like, yo, you married her? Nigga, she been around the block to fuck me 2 times. You think she really be like, I feel, and she is a red pill person's dream. Like, when people say it's not your turn, or, she's never yours, it's only your turn, and all that other stuff. She's like a red pill person's dream. Like, you can make continuous content off of her because of her bad traits and everything she depicts. And, she literally proves women nature. Like that some of these red pill men be talking about. She will literally prove that nature. And to that, that's her biggest problem. Do I think she could fix that? It's going to take, first of all, she has to be willing to do that. But it also has to take a strong man to have that type of patience with her if she really wants that family, and she needs to learn how to cook. I mean, some dudes it's okay, but you have to learn how to cook. And some of these dudes, they just want that's what they really want a person. But obviously, the person she wants is like a high value man, and she's stuck on that. Do I feel like she's going to get that? And I'm going to be honest with you, no, because there's been plenty of times she could show some decorum that she can act accordingly. She knows how to act in front of women, and these podcasts done expose that she don't really know how to act, and the fact she does everything to make you stay away from her. And then that's my opinion. I'm gonna get back to this food and making all this stuff. But I want to let you know, what do you guys think? And I'm gonna let y'all go. I did say I wasn't gonna be long with this. So till then, my name is Oskino Fly and I'm out.